Football has been lying to you about Maradona. The truth about Messi will shatter everything you believe. Experts don't want you to see this. Stick around because the final 60 seconds expose a cold, hard proof that changes history. If you click away now, you'll never know why one legend was worshipped, while the other was truly unstoppable. There's a beautiful lie we tell ourselves to keep the magic alive, to hold on to something untouchable, something divine. That lie wears the face of Diego Armando Maradona, not because it's wrong to love him, but because it hurts too much to admit the truth. We needed him to be eternal. We needed the myth more than the man. And so, year after year, generation after generation, we passed the story down like a sacred flame, that nobody would ever touch the ball like Maradona did, that no one would ever love a game as fiercely, that no number 10 could ever surpass him. But one did. Lionel Andres Messi did. Even before he lifted the World Cup, the facts had already drawn a line in the sand. It was always Messi, but we weren't ready to let go of the chaos that made Diego unforgettable. Diego was Argentina's fury. Lionel was Argentina's calm. Diego made the people feel immortal. Lionel reminded them they were already divine. But the lie grew roots. It found shelter in the mud of Villa Fiorito, where Maradona learned to fight with the ball like it was a weapon, where he broke through the suffocating walls of poverty with nothing but a left foot and an unshakable belief that destiny owed him something. He rose like smoke through the Buenos Aires skyline, chaotic, rebellious, defiant. He didn't play football. He attacked it. He danced with it like a madman would with fire. He defied gravity, time, and logic in 1986. He destroyed England, broke Belgium, and crowned himself in Mexico. We all saw it. The hand of God, the goal of the century, the war in his veins, the saint in the dirt. Diego Maradona didn't just win the World Cup. He mythologized it. He made football something metaphysical. He made you believe that justice could exist on a pitch, that skill could humiliate oppression, that one man could indeed carry a nation on his shoulders and walk through fire with his chin up. And we needed that. Argentina needed that. Napoli needed that. Poor kids in the barrio needed that. We all needed Diego to be more than a player. He was a revolution with boots on. That's why we built him a temple. Why murals his face paint city walls like flags. Why his imperfections never mattered. Because they made him real. But greatness, real greatness, is not about chaos. It's not about drama. It's about the endless repetition of brilliance. It's about rewriting the laws of the sport every single week. And when you zoom out, when you let go of the emotion, what's left is overwhelming. Lionel Messi didn't just pass Maradona. He did so in silence, without demanding worship, without rebellion, without war, just elegance, just football, just truth. Messi's career doesn't scream. It whispers calmly but constantly. Over 1,100 games, more than 865 goals, and a spellbinding number of assists that make even legends look unfinished. 8 seasons of 50-plus goals. Seasons where he created 30, 40, even 50 big chances. The only player to dominate both ends of the stat sheet in the same season. Not once, but repeatedly. The man didn't just play football, he orchestrated it. But people said statistics aren't everything. They're right. Football isn't math. It's feeling. And yet, even there, Messi swallows the room. He doesn't need to shout to be heard. Every touch is surgical. Every pass is poetry. Every run is a masterclass in spatial awareness. While Diego moves like a thunderstorm, unpredictable and violent, Messi moves like time itself. Inevitable, patient, and absolute. You could say Diego was more human, that his imperfections made him poetic. But that's not football. That's nostalgia dressing up sentiment as truth. Maradona had a handful of godlike years. Lionel Messi has lived on Olympus for 2 decades. That's not an opinion. That's history unfolding in slow motion. Still, the defenders of the myth will point to battlegrounds of Diego's era. He played when tackles broke bones and referees turned their heads. When the grass was uneven, the balls were heavy, and the pitches looked like farmland. They say Messi thrived in a sanitized world, a postmodern canvas built to protect artists. But they forget, modern defenses are built by computers, run by data, and shaped by formations that unalive joy. Every move is tracked. Every breath is contested. And yet Messi still waltzes through the maze like the system forgot he exists. The argument about teammates falls apart too. They say Messi always played in super teams. But they forget that from 2018 onward, those teams crumbled around him. Barcelona fell apart financially, tactically, spiritually. Yet Messi kept delivering. In Paris, he became the glue for a disjointed machine. In Miami, he turned a dead-end franchise into a trophy-lifting side in weeks. He dragged them not just with goals, but with vision, with class, with presence. The World Cup debate once stood as the final shield for Maradona loyalists. 1986 was untouchable. Diego was the flame that lit Argentina's path. But then came 2022. 35 years old. Lionel Messi, surrounded by uncertainty, burdened by legacy, stepped into the arena and left in ashes. 7 games of divinity, 10 goal involvements, a tournament of miracles, not as a passenger, not carried, but as a conductor, as the best player on the field every single time. And that wasn't all. Messi had already won the Copa America in 2021. He had already broken the Finalissima in half. He had buried the ghost Americana. And he had done so with grace, not arrogance, not scandal, not ego. He lifted the World Cup without raising his voice. Maradona burned bright, but he burned out. By 31, he was chasing shadows, suspensions, scandals. The flame dimmed. His peak was 6 years long, maybe 7. Messi's is going on 20, and it's not fading. Every time we thought he was done, he came back. He reinvented. He adjusted. He adapted. Diego fought gravity. Messi replaced it. And it's not just about numbers or trophies. It's about evolution. Diego Armando Maradona was the ultimate number 10, a central force of chaos and creativity. But Lionel Messi has played every role. A winger, a false nine, a playmaker, a midfielder, a deep-lying creator. He shape-shifted as needed. He gave Barcelona tiki-taka. He gave Argentina redemption. He gave football its final form. And still, he was never chasing anyone. He never demanded comparisons. We forced them upon him. We made him carry the ghost of a man he never tried to become. But maybe that's what makes him so hauntingly great. He never wanted the throne. It was placed under his feet anyway. That's why, when you measure the game, not the myth, Messi eclipses Maradona in every dimension. The eye test, the numbers, the longevity, the adaptability, the trophies, the big moments, the small ones, the artistry, the intelligence, everything. Yet Diego Armando Maradona will never be forgotten, nor should he. He was the chaos before the order, the storm before the calm, the fire that made Argentina feel. But Lionel Andres Messi is the answer to that fire. He is the synthesis of beauty and logic, of emotion and execution, of past and future. He is not just the greatest Argentine. He is football's final sentence. And when the history of the game is written without tears or bias, we won't have to lie anymore. Because the truth, though softer, quieter, humbler, is already here. And it's been wearing number 10 this whole time. Who's the real GOAT, Maradona or Messi? Drop your most controversial take in the comments. Was Messi's greatness too quiet, or was Maradona's myth too loud? Let's settle this. Don't forget to subscribe, because the next football debate will tear the internet apart.